everyone, welcome back to the channel. We discuss all things aviation. Angelo TV here, welcoming you back. Today we are discussing something called a meter. In aviation speak, it's meteorological aerodrome report. It's what every pilot must read and make sense of before actually taking to the skies. It gives the actual weather at an aerodrome, because you need to know whether you are legally permitted to actually take off in those weather conditions, and whether the aerodrome of your destination will allow your aircraft to land in those weather conditions. So a meter is very critical. It's very foundational to carrying out flight by pilots. So I will quickly take you through a few meters from various airports around the African continent and try and decode those and break them down for you to understand how to interpret or to decode a meter. The first meter we're going to look at is a meter from the airport called Lanseria in Johannesburg, South Africa. Lanseria International Airport. The meter in full appears there in the highlighted box on the text on the very top of the presentation, but underneath I've broken it down into little boxes for you to understand what is happening in each box. The first box number 1, is the identity of the airport, which is given using the ICAO code Foxtrot Alpha Lima Alpha, that is Lanseria International Airport in Johannesburg, South Africa. Box number 2 relates to the time of observation and the date of observation of the weather phenomenon. Now, this one was taken, today is the 5th of February. This one was taken on the 4th of February. So you have to know the month of the year in which this was taken. The weather being reported on here was observed on the 4th of February at 0700 Zulu. Zulu time is what we use in aviation. It's equivalent to universal coordinated time. So this should be 0900 hours South African Standard Time, because we are 2 hours ahead of Zulu time. And the next block, which is block number 3, relates to wind direction and wind speed. The first 3 digits there relate to the direction of the wind, and this is given in relation to true north and not in relation to magnetic north. So be careful of that. And then the next 2 blocks relate to the speed of the wind in nautical miles. So there it is given as 6 knots. And the next box is box number 4, which gives us visibility. It's a report on visibility. Now here it's given in meters. Because we're in South Africa, we're using meters. If this was in the US, for instance, it would be given in statute miles. It could be maybe written as 3 Sierra Mike 3 SM, which is 3 statute miles. That's how they present visibility there, but we present our visibility in terms of meters. So we're saying 9, which means visibility more than 10 kilometers, or visibility 10 kilometers or more. The next block, which is a report on cloud coverage, that's block number 5. Here it is presented as scattered clouds at 3,000 feet. Remember, this is the height above the aerodrome level. It's not above mean sea level. Now, before I jump on to block number 6, let me quickly dash to why we're using the abbreviation Sierra Charlie Tango, which stands for scattered clouds. When we conceive of the sky in aviation, we look at it as being made up of divisions up to 8, which is why we call them octas. So you look at your sky and it's supposed to be divided into 8. When you look at this sky, if there is no cloud cover, none of these 8 divisions are covered by any cloud. So you would say that your sky is clear. So the numerical figure that goes with that is 0. And the abbreviation is Sierra Kilo Charlie, sky clear. So there's no cloud cover. And then the next 2 divisions, division 1 and 2, make up what we call few clouds. There are few clouds in the sky. If 1 to 2 eighths or 1 to 2 octaves are covered in cloud, then you have few clouds in the skies. And indeed the abbreviation there is Foxtrot Echo Whiskey. And if you have between 3 and 4, 3 and 4 clouds, 3 and 4 eighths of the sky covered in cloud, then you will report that as scattered. So in the Lanceria Metar that we're looking at right now, they found that there was up to 3 to 4 portions of the sky are covered in clouds. Therefore, the abbreviation Sierra Charlie Tango, scattered clouds at 3,000 feet, as reported in the Metar from Lanceria. Now, if you have cloud cover between 5 and 7 octaves, that is presented as broken. That means there we use the abbreviation Bravo Kilo November to mean that broken clouds at a particular height. You give the amount of coverage, and then you give the height of those clouds. So it's broken clouds at 3,000 feet, broken scattered clouds at 3,500 feet, whatever is prevailing on that particular day. If the sky is totally, covered, we call it overcast. So there are 8 octaves. All the 8 divisions in your sky are actually closed up by cloud. We call that overcast, and it's abbreviated Oscar Victor Charlie, OVC. So that is how octaves work. Now back to the Metar that we're looking at, scattered clouds at 3,000 feet. Yes. Now the next division in box number 6 relates to temperature and dew point. So the temperature here is 22 degrees and the dew point is 17 degrees. And the next one relates to your QNH, which is QNH 1022, as read at that particular moment. That's what you will set in your altimeter before you actually take off. The next block is block number 8, which is written NOSIG. That means there is no significant weather change over the next 2 hours. Quickly, this is how to read this particular meter. Observed at Lanceria International Airport in South Africa, Johannesburg, on the 4th of the month at 0700 Zulu, and wind was 360 degrees true. That is coming from the north. That is coming from, in relation to true north, this is coming from a direction of 360 degrees coming towards the airport and at a speed of 6 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds scattered at 3,000 feet. Temperature 22, dew point 17, QNH 1022, no significant change in this weather. Yeah, let's jump to neighboring Swaziland and look at a Metar from an airport there in Manzini. The ICAO code is Foxtrot Delta, which is Swaziland, Mike Sierra, which is Matapa in Manzini, Swaziland. So observed at the Matapa International Airport in Manzini, Swaziland, on the 4th of the month at 0600 Zulu, which would be 0800 local time. Wind 360 degrees true, and speed 3 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds at 3,000 feet. Temperature 24, dew point 21, QNH 1016. No significant change in the weather. And then quickly looking at an airport in Ghana. Let's look at Kotoka International Airport in Ghana, as represented by the ICAO code Delta Golf Alpha Alpha, and observed on the 4th of the month at 0900 Zulu, wind 270 degrees true, speed 8 knots, varying from 240 degrees to 300 degrees. So that letter in the middle of those two, the V, basically means that the wind is varying in direction from 240 degrees to 300 degrees. And visibility is 5,000 meters in mist. So there is mist within the vicinity. Visibility is 5,000 meters in mist, and clouds, few clouds at 1,300 foot. And temperature 28, dew point 25, QNH 1012 hectopascals, and there's no significant change in the weather. The next airport to look at is Pola International Airport in Euthopia, as represented by the ICAO code there in the beginning, Hotel Alpha Alpha Bravo, observed on the 2nd of the month at 2300 Zulu, and wind 040 degrees true, and the wind is calm. So it's coming from a direction of 04 degrees, and it is calm in terms of its speed. It's recorded as calm. Then they use a code called Cavo K. Now, cover K means visibility is more than 10 kilometers and there is no cloud below 5,000 foot. So cover K is different from what we looked at earlier, which was visibility 10 kilometers or more, which was 9. For where they use 9 as they did in the Lanceria meter there, it means while visibility is more than 10 kilometers, cloud cover, on the other hand, sits at a height far lower than 5,000 foot. For instance, here, cloud cover was scattered clouds at 3,000 feet. So that is why they used 9, which is visibility 10 kilometers or more. But in the Ethiopian airport one, they are using cover K, which means visibility more than 10 kilometers and there's no cloud cover below 5,000 foot. We move on to the temperature and dew point spread. Now, in this instance, temperature is 11 degrees Celsius. And the dew point is now given with a symbol M. That means it's below 0 degrees, it's -1. So the dew point is -1 degree, hence it's presented here as M01. And the QNH, of course, is 1028. Now, this is what you have to enter or select in your altimeter before you actually take off from the airport. I hope that was an informative piece, and if it was, do click the like button and continue to support this channel. It's the only way we can make Africa great again. If we reach out, if we bring content, if we interact, with fellow aviators on the continent, the only way we can make this continent great again. Until next time, enjoy the day. We're saying cheers and take care.